Hi, I'm Nathan Garcia, and I want to welcome you to the Digital Marketing 101 Handbook. In the next 30 minutes, we are going to walk through information to help you build a foundation for marketing for your company. Now, I find that so many people will go out and spend money on courses or hire consultants or agencies to help them with their digital marketing, but they don't have a good foundation. And as a result of that, the money that they spend and the time that they invest is not used the most effectively. They're not getting the best value out of the time and the money that they spend. And so my purpose of developing this is to help you build a foundation so that you can get more from any course that you purchase or any consultant or agency that you may work with in the future. So what we'll do is begin by walking through a customer journey. The customer journey is just the process that a customer goes through from when they first become aware of your company to them actually giving you money. Next, we'll discuss the offers that should be layered on top of your customer journey. A very small percentage of people who buy are actually ready to buy that instant. In fact, statistics show that about 3% of people who first see an offer are ready to buy. The other 97% of people will not buy for a longer period of time. That doesn't mean that they're not going to buy. It just means that there is time involved there. And so you want to be aware of that and have different offers set to stay in front of these people and stay top of mind so that when they're ready to purchase, they think of your company. After we walk through offers, we're going to discuss how to use social media. I find about 80% of companies aren't using social media the right way. As a result of this, they're missing out on huge opportunities to understand more about their customers and to market to them. So we'll discuss how to use social media and some of the main platforms that are out there. And then finally, we'll close out by looking at your website, and we'll discuss a few terms that you need to be aware of and just some activity that you need to take on a regular basis to keep your website healthy and ranking well in Google. So let's get started. So the customer journey. The customer journey is the process through which a customer first gets introduced to your company until they actually take out their wallet and give you money. And an example of this would be, let's say, a car dealership. Somebody may first drive by your car dealership. They may see a car that they want. Then they'll go on Yelp and read some reviews, see if you're a legit operation, if you have good reviews. Then they may go on to Facebook and look at your Facebook page. On there, they're looking at your inventory, and they may see that one of their friends has actually purchased a car from your dealership. And so they're going to go and look at their reviews and see if their friends have left a review. They're going to do all this before they actually go onto your lot. And so you want to be aware of what your customer journey looks like. Studies show that about 79% of purchasing decisions begin online. Today, there's no shortage of information, and as a result of that, people want to collect this information before they engage with your company. And these are all great opportunities for you to market, to learn more about your customers, and to control the message and the experience that they have before they actually land at your business website, at your physical location, or talk to one of your sales representatives. And so the customer journey is very, very significant because you want to think about how people purchase and the process that they go through before they actually engage with your company. Now, the customer journey is really significant because it's going to allow you to define the value of a prospect or somebody at each phase before they become a paying customer. You see, somebody who visits your website, maybe they're only worth $1. Whereas somebody who has requested a quote from your website, now maybe that person is worth $15, meaning I'd be willing to pay $15 for somebody to go get a quote. And then if they get the quote and they actually open the quote, maybe now I'd be willing to pay $30. That person's a little bit more likely to buy. Well, if they open the quote and then they actually book an appointment with one of my representatives, I'd be willing to pay $50 for that person. That person's a pretty hot lead. And so you want to have milestones for your customer journey so that you can define each phase and the value of a person at that phase. This is so significant when you start marketing because not all marketing dollars are going to be returned within 30 days. In fact, a lot of times it's going to take 60 or 90 days before you recoup all of your ad spend. This isn't always the case, but it's very common that it takes longer than 30 days for people to get a return on their investment. And this is one of the primary reasons that business owners get so discouraged by marketing and advertising, because they want to put in $1 and immediately pull out more than $1. But you have to realize that that's only a small percentage of people who see your advertisement are ready to buy when they actually see that ad. What's more likely is that people will become aware of your company, they will consider your company against your competitors, and when the time is right, when the need is great enough, they'll pull out their wallet and they'll make a purchase. And so if you can define your customer journey, the major milestones that are there, now we can start to assign a score to each milestone. So a prospect may be worth $1. Somebody who has completed a lead form, maybe they're considered a lead now. That person is maybe worth $15. If they got the quote from you and then they actually booked an appointment, maybe they're worth $50. You want to be able to define this so that every time that you spend money on marketing or advertising, you can start to make a projection as to when you will get that money back. This is really helpful for you as the business owner and also for your finance team, because they're going to be able to make projections based on any advertising that you spend. If I spend $10,000 this month, I should know that within the next 90 days, I will get at least $10,000 back. But if I look 6 months down the road, then I might get $15,000, $30,000 back. If I can have that sort of confidence, now I don't have the same apprehension to spending money on marketing and advertising because I know that it's going to come back. And so by building out your customer journey, you can start to define milestones, and then you can start to build a lead score. This is very significant for you, for your business projections. It also is very helpful for your CRM system. The other piece is that it's going to feed into your The other element here is that it's going to feed into your offers, okay? Your offers should actually overlay onto your milestones from your customer journey. So most people are not going to pull out their wallet and buy the minute that they see your ad. Instead, they're going to start considering your offer, your product, your company against some of the competitors. And so as a result of that, you want to spread out the information that people can get and engage with them in a manner that allows them to do their research, to do their homework, but can make it profitable for you. When this is done properly, you can get leads for free. When you set your offers up in the right way, you can actually spend $1 in advertising and have somebody pay you $1 to become a lead. Now, how do you do that? Well, it's by setting up your offers in the right way, as you see here. So first off, you want to have a free offer. I see a lot of businesses will make their free offer a quote or a appointment, schedule a time to speak with somebody. And for a customer, that's very intimidating because as a customer, I don't know your product or service, your marketplace as well as you do. So I automatically am going to come in with a little bit of apprehension. I'm going to come in a little skeptical of you and your company because I know that you're smarter than me in this domain. And so as a result of that, I have to have my guard up. But by making a free offer, you could, for instance, give them a booklet and say, hey, here are 5 things to consider before buying my product. Now, that gives somebody the opportunity to engage with you, to get educated by you, and in return, you get their name, their email address, maybe even their phone number and their physical mailing address. That's valuable information. Most businesses will pay money to get that information. But if you can create a PDF or some sort of booklet and give it away for free, in exchange for that information, you're automatically starting off more profitable. Next, you want to have a low price offer. The low price offer is typically the offer that will allow you to recoup your ad cost. This is simply a maybe it's a $20 offer, up to $20, that is going to allow you to give some value to somebody, but then also make a little bit of money. The idea behind this is that I want to just make enough money to cover the cost to get somebody to that page. So if the free offer was a booklet, the low price offer may be an audiobook, or it may be an expansion of the first topic. So I gave you 5 things to consider before buying my product. Now I'm going to give you a booklet on the marketplace, and I'm actually going to review all the products on the marketplace, something like that. An upsell would be an additional product that's layered on there. Let's do this. Let's look at it as a financial advisor. Financial advisor may offer you a free report on the most expensive investments. You just give me your name and email, and you get that for free. The low price offer might give you the ideal portfolio for somebody to have. So we're actually going to go out, we'll build you a portfolio. It's only going to cost you $20. Okay, huge value for somebody. An upsell may give them a portfolio that's not only for them, but it's also going to tell them how much that they need to save for retirement. The mid-price offer is going to be a little bit more involved. Maybe for the mid-price offer, what we'll do is we'll give you a full analysis. So we'll look at you and your wife, and we're going to tell you how much you collectively need to save. High price offer may be a full financial plan. So we're going to look at you and your wife. We're going to look at your income, your investments, your taxes, your real estate, everything in conjunction, and we're going to help you build out your retirement. And then a continuity is a program that's going to allow you to continue to collect money from that person on an ongoing basis. If you're a financial advisor, this is typically the investment management. And so to really bring this home and to make it more valuable or relevant for you, let's look at it in the context of the world's biggest company, which is Apple Computers. So Apple uses this process, and you probably never even thought of it this way, but they do it in a way that is very natural for their customers. So they offer free services in the form of podcasts. Now, some of you are saying, yeah, but I need an Apple product in order to play a podcast. That's not necessarily the case. You can go on iTunes and you can actually play their stuff for free. But realize that they're giving value for free in the form of a podcast. Their low price offer is their iPhone. So people go out and they buy an iPhone. Most people can afford one, and so it's a way for them to get money from their clients. Their upsells are going to be a cord, or they're going to give you a screen protector, a charger, a case, something like that. These are items that have a high profit margin on them and allow them to increase the profitability of each sale. A mid-price offer would be an iPad. So there's a bigger price commitment there. Typically, it's $500 to I think like $1,500, but it's not their top of the line. Their top of the line product is going to be their computers. It'll be a MacBook or their desktop or whatever. There you expect to pay $3,000 to $5,000 for that. Their continuity is going to be the ongoing maintenance that you need, or the iTunes, the programs that you buy from them. And so you see what Apple has done is they have set up a process that allows you to engage with them for free, and ultimately you may end up spending $5,000 or more over your lifetime with their company. So this is a great model for you to apply to your business. It doesn't matter if you have a service-based business like an HVAC company, or if you have a coffee shop or any type of company. You can apply this model to your business. And if you look at some of the biggest companies right now in America, they are all using this model. So take Netflix, for instance. Netflix has something very similar. They're going to give you a free trial for 2 weeks to try out their service. Then they're going to give you a plan for, I think it's like 10 or 20 bucks. They're going to upsell you for your family plan, and then they keep you going for the life, as long as you have it. You can apply this to any business, and when you do, you're going to be able to get a lot more value from your customers, and you're going to structure your business in a way that makes it very easy for them to engage with you and to actually do business with you. So now we've talked about your customer journey. We've talked about the offers. Let's talk about how to use social media. So many people are not, and businesses are not using social media in the right way. Social media is a platform, and these are platforms where people go to share information, to feel recognized, to feel heard by their friends and companies. These are great opportunities for you to present your business in the best light, to educate your customers, to give them offers, and to listen to them. Facebook has about 244,000 data points on each individual who uses their platform. Now think about that for a minute. 244,000 data points. That means that they can segment somebody's behavior and their profile 244,000 different ways. Do you think that you could learn a few things from Facebook? Of course you can. What's great is that Facebook offers their tool set for free to businesses, meaning you can use their technology on your website and you can actually leverage the information and the data that they collect so that you can grow your business. Now, if you want more information about that, you can go to my Facebook Ignite course and I walk you through that whole process. But you should, at a minimum, be using their technology on your website, because they have such a great database of customers, and they have so much knowledge about buying behaviors and things like that, that it can really enhance your company by using it. Next, you want to consider using Google. Google is a platform, Google Plus, Google My Business. It's a great platform that you should be utilizing. Consider that I think Google dominates the search engine market. I want to say 97% of all searches go through Google. So you want to have your business on Google so that it's showing up when people are searching for products that you offer or for companies like yours. Next, you want to use Yelp. Yelp is a huge company that has done a great job with search engine optimization. Oftentimes, it doesn't matter what you search for, Yelp is going to show up typically within the first 5 or 10 results. As a result of that, you want to be active on Yelp because you want to have information about your company. It doesn't matter if it's just your hours, your phone number, and your website address. You want to have information about your company on Yelp because they are automatically showing up for many searches. And as a result of that, you can be listed there if you have your information registered with Yelp. So make sure that you have a Yelp page. Make sure that you're using it and it's current so that you can take advantage of that, because they're already doing all the heavy lifting for you. All you have to do is go in there, build a profile, put some information in. It takes you less than 20 minutes, but it can be extremely valuable for your company. You also want to use Twitter. Now, Twitter is a social networking site. This is just a great way for you to expand your reach outside of your area and also to get some data from different users. Twitter is really good for finding people who are similar to what you offer or for engaging with potential prospects who are going to come in. It's also great to have a presence because oftentimes people will go on to social media to voice their concerns or their grievances. And if you don't have a profile there, you are not going to have the opportunity to respond to these people. So you want to make sure that you have that Twitter profile set up, that it's current, and that you're using it to engage with your customers. You also want to use Angies List if you have a service-based business. Angie's List has done a great job at growing their presence over the past 10 years. They're run by a great CEO, and what you can find if you look at people on Angie's List is that it can be a game changer for small businesses, because when properly utilized, people can just get fed leads directly through Angie's List. That's not to say that it doesn't have its drawbacks. There are definitely some drawbacks to it. However, because it's become such a juggernaut in the space, it's really critical if you have a carpet cleaning company, if you do home repair work, if you're a contractor, any type of service-based business, you want to have a profile on Angie's List, because it's going to help you get in front of your ideal customers and hopefully get some leads. Now, TripAdvisor can be another website that you use, particularly if you are a restaurant or a hotel or in the entertainment space. This is going to be very valuable for you. If you have a business there, you have to get yourself on TripAdvisor. So many people are going to refer to these type of websites when they start planning out vacations. And we often only focus on people who are within our local area when we do our marketing. And we completely forget about the people who are visiting to see the sites or family or other things where they are potential customers. So having your information listed on TripAdvisor can be a great resource for you. And what's so great about all these social profiles is that they're free. So you can actually go on and make these profiles. You're not going to have to pay anything, but it's going to be very valuable for you to get your presence out there and then get noticed, so that when people are looking for a great restaurant to eat at, or they're looking for catering or something like that, boom, your website comes up. Another social platform to consider is Instagram. Now, Instagram is owned by Facebook. So many of the users on Facebook are on Instagram, but what we've seen is that Instagram skews to a younger demographic. Now, Instagram is very valuable because they have so many daily users, but those people check this platform on a daily basis multiple times. So this is, again, really popular for folks who are under the age of 40, but what we've seen recently is that people over the age of 40 are starting to go to Instagram. With the expansion of their Instagram stories, this has become a great platform for businesses. And again, this is just a method for you to go out, engage with your customers, to get to know them a little bit better, give them a behind the scenes look at what you're doing on a daily basis, what your culture looks like, any special offers that you have, listen to any feedback that they have, and it's a way for you to expand the presence of your company. Now, anytime that you are setting up your website, anytime that you're setting up these social profiles, you want to include some essential information in there. These are going to be things like your business name, your hours of operation, your hours, not only your normal hours, but if you have a snowstorm, if there's bad weather, if there's a holiday, anything like that, you want to update this stuff. It's really important that you stay active on it. Also, include your website URL. Google is going to look at any URL, any link that goes from these social profiles to your website, and they're going to look at that with better credibility. Essentially, they trust these big websites because they are so dominant in these spaces. As a result of that, they're going to give your company the benefit of the doubt if you have a link that goes from Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor, any of those social platforms to your website. So you want to make sure that you're including a URL where possible. You'll also want to include your phone number. This can be your main operating number, or it could be a specific phone number that is designated only for leads from whatever platform that you're on. I'd recommend the latter approach if you are doing some advertising. The reason being is that we want to be able to segment and track any calls that we're getting from these platforms. And so if you are spending some advertising dollars on there, then consider adding a separate phone number for tracking purposes. You'll also want your address. If you are a restaurant, include your menu. And then finally, make sure that you put some sort of offer there. I really like putting that low ticket offer or that free offer on any of these social profiles, because it's going to allow you to give people a reason to engage with your company and to start the process, start down the customer journey with you. So make sure that you have some sort of offer on there. So anytime that you set up these profiles, you want to build out a content calendar. This content calendar is just a look forward of what needs to be done on these profiles. And it doesn't have to be intimidating. There's some great tools out there that can allow you to automate this stuff. So you literally go in, you spend an hour each week, or you have somebody on your team spend an hour each week going through this stuff and then automate it so that it's presented automatically. This can be information about your company, about your industry, about the product that you have coming out, any news about people that you hire. If you're taking a trip to go to a conference, people want to know about what's going on in your company or in your space. And so by pulling open the door and showing them what's going on, they're really going to be appreciative of that. They're going to reward you with their loyalty by following you, by staying engaged, and then hopefully they'll give you some money and become a customer. You also want to use your social media as a way to educate them about the value that your company brings. Now, you can do this in a way that maybe you highlight some of the suppliers that you work with, or you highlight the customers that you work with, the experience that they have, or you can show before and after. There's some rules around that, but you can do things in a way that shows people the value of working with you. You don't do it in a real salesy way, but you can do it in a natural way, because people do have questions about your company, what you do, the results that you get. And so when you structure this the right way, it can be really powerful for somebody, particularly if they've been on the fence about doing business with you. These can be the type of things that push them over the line and pull out their wallet and do business with you. The social platforms are also going to allow you to learn about your customer preferences. So you might find over time that people who do business with you also do business with certain other people or certain other companies. That might be an opportunity for you to engage with those companies to do a collaboration. It could also be an opportunity for you to do affiliate offers. So maybe you're a coffee company, but you don't offer tea. Well, if you have a tea company that 90% of your customers follow, now there's an opportunity for you to do a collaboration. Same thing if you're an accountant. Well, maybe as an accountant, you have an opportunity to engage with a financial advisor. There are endless opportunities for you to collaborate with individuals. But what you can do through social media is you can find out buying behavior and you can learn more about your customers. Ultimately, that's going to allow you to build an avatar, which is the ideal customer profile, and then it'll strengthen your knowledge about that customer journey. And so by collecting this data and implementing it into your marketing, now you can become a better marketer and hopefully get more money from any advertising dollars that you spend. Now, obviously, you want to continue to present offers to people. That's why having such a great mix of offers is going to be so significant, to be able to present them offers on an ongoing basis and to allow them to buy on their terms. Now, this doesn't only have to be for people who follow your page. You can retarget people who visit your website. Even if they just purchased, you can retarget them and say, hey, you just bought that sweater. These jeans go great with it. For a limited time, we're going to give these jeans to you for 40% off. Click here to buy now. You can do some really great things, particularly with Facebook, Instagram, and Google, YouTube. There are some great opportunities for you to use this technology to become a better marketer and hopefully to grow that ticket size, your average transaction size of your customers. So now let's move on to your website. First off, we're going to talk about tags. Website tags are a command that's inserted in the document. It's going to tell the search engines what's going on a page. So you could tag something like a blog post, like a page, an image. Essentially, you have to look at it that these computers only can read in text. And so if you haven't given text to a certain element, maybe you upload a picture of you, but it just says me, well, that's not telling the computer who you are. Instead, you have to say first name, last name, and then maybe your role in the company. You have to do that for each page in your website. When you do this, it's going to give the search engines, particularly Google, the information that they need to go through and figure out what you offer and present it to people who are searching for what you are offering. And so this is something that is very easy to do, but it's really, really important to have it set up the right way, because if you don't go in and put these tags in place, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the traffic that's out there. And so this is a great starting point, just to have tags on your website for your images, for each page, and then for any media that you have on your website. You also want to include a meta description. This is a HTML element. It's about 160 characters long, and this is just going to be a summary. And again, this is for your search engines. This is something that's very easy to do, but it's often overlooked. And by just doing this, you are going to increase your rankings with Google, because they're going to have a better understanding of who you are and what you're doing. And what you'll find is that companies who are ranking very high, they are going through each page and they're leaving a great meta description. So it's something that you can do, and often you can do it once a week or once every 2 weeks. Whenever you add a new page, make sure that this stuff is on there. There's some great tools if you have a WordPress website that'll help you out with this and speed up the process. Next, you want to have pages on your website that are specific. So we talked before about the different types of offers. Now let's go a little bit further into the elements of an offer. So first off, you need to have a very specific offer. You don't want to say buy one, get one free. You want to have a buy one today for this price, get one for this price free. Okay, so buy a sweater today for $20, get any sweater $20 or less for free, as long as you buy within the next 24 hours. You need to get very specific on the offers that you're making, because people are just bombarded by marketing messages. They're not going to be able to go through and spend the time on considering your offer unless you're being specific and giving them all the information that they need up front. Next, you have to have an offer that's benefit driven. So you may say, buy one, get one free. Well, why is this so significant? You could say that these are the last of this shipment, last of this order. You need to have a what's in it for me mindset when you're writing these offers, because they want to have the ability to understand exactly what you're offering and how it can help them out. You also want to have some offers that give immediate gratification. You want to be able to evoke a feeling of happiness with your customers. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to give them immediate gratification. Now, that may be just delivering a course to them via email. It may be giving them a coupon code up front. It may be, following them back. There are a number of different ways that you can do this, but have an offer that gives immediate gratification, because when you do, you're going to sow that seed of reciprocity where somebody is going to want to give back to you. Okay, so set this up in a way that you can give value upfront immediately, and people are going to reward you with their loyalty and hopefully with their money. Now, your contact info. So you should always include So make sure that you register your contact information with Google. This is really important to give Google the information about your company so that they know where to find you. They can include you on their maps. They can include you in their database. And so it can allow customers to find you. Also, you want to include the social icons, so information on your social profiles. So that's it for the Digital Marketing 101 Handbook. I hope that you found this information valuable and it gave you a lot of good tips. If this is the first time that you're watching this, you're going to have to go back through and watch it again because you're going to have a lot of homework here. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd always appreciate if you like our Facebook page or subscribe to us on the YouTube so that you stay aware of what's going on in the digital marketing world and we can help you grow your business. Thanks.